I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There is no one correct diet. There is no magic solution. There is no magic pill. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to diet and health and nutrition. And you know what? That's great. And that also doesn't sell. So the marketing out there is always going to tell you that there is a best diet and that their diet is the correct diet. And that is not true. Surprise! Now, the fortunate and unfortunate part of all of this is that a healthy lifestyle and healthy food choices are very simple. However, that doesn't mean easy, and definitely not flashy and not good for marketing. Eat whole, nutrient-rich food, move your body in ways that feel good for you. Take time to do something that allows you to be in your own energy and in your own space and in your own breath and body. That's it. With those 3 super simple tenets when it comes to a healthy lifestyle, the Human Design PHS gives us even more information on how each one of us assimilates our environment, how each one of us ingests our environment as well as our food. As with most things in human design, there is a ton of information to cover, so I'm just going to start us off with a little tidbit of information about nutrition, food, and how we best each digest our food and our life. Hello and welcome to, or welcome back to, the Simply CA. My name is Alana, and on this channel you are going to find tools, tips, resources, and coaching that will help you to live in the most aligned way with your unique energy and live your truest, most passionate life. We do that through human design lifestyle coaching, whole food plant-based nutrition, and yoga and fitness videos. If you enjoy this content, please remember to click on that lovely subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. And whatever content you're enjoying, give that content a thumbs up and leave me some notes in the description box. I am a manifesting generator, so I do respond to my environment, and having comments does help to prompt new video ideas. Now, as I said in the introduction, there is no one right way for each one of us to eat. However, there is a lot of marketing out there that is telling us that there is one correct way. There are tons of research, valid research, that tells us that intermittent fasting is good or that intermittent fasting is bad. There's research that tells us that we should be eating first thing in the morning and having our largest meal as breakfast. There's research that tells us that's not necessarily the case. There's research that tells us that we should be eating 3 square meals a day. There is so much information out there, and there are so many people trying to sell you their diet solution. And what I love about human design in general, and specifically when it comes to nutrition, is that human design is here as an external system that puts language around what you already know to be true for you. So let me say that in a different way. Human design gives us external validation and gives us language to express what we already know to be true. Now, one day, my hope is that we don't need something like human design. We don't need this system to tell us that what we know to be true is actually true. However, we currently live in a society where we kind of need that little bump that says, you got this. What you know is valid. What you already are aware of for your own knowing, for your own body, is what is correct for you, and ignore these other studies out there in the world because you know what is right. And so with that, even with the information that I'm sharing about human design, If you try it out, if you test it out in your own experiment and it doesn't work for you, then ignore that piece of the puzzle. Maybe give it a try, maybe test it out. It might be that it's been conditioned out of you, and it might just not be correct for you, or it might not be the correct moment in your life to take something like that on. As an example, if you do have a design that lends itself to intermittent fasting, but you are currently a breastfeeding mother, maybe don't intermittent fast in that time. So use what you know to be true. Run this through your authority. There are authorities videos linked in the description box below. And let's get into a brief, very brief overview. Don't worry, there will be more videos coming because I am passionate about human design, but I am also so incredibly, ridiculously, soapboxy passionate about food and nutrition. So, no worries, this is just the beginning. We will have many more of these diet and human design videos. So today, we are going to be taking a look at that very first arrow. This is your consistency and digestion arrow. Now, there is another layer to this arrow. There are many more layers to this arrow, but today we are just going to talk about the color. Now, if you use myhumandesign.com to get your human design chart, Jenna does tell you what your digestion type and your strongest sense are. She doesn't just give you the number, she does actually give you what it is, what it means, and we're going to dive into those a little bit more in these upcoming videos. So today we are talking about the digestion type, also known as the color in human design. And there are 12 digestion types. So there are 6 types, and then it depends on if you have a right-facing or a left-facing digestion arrow, for a total of 12. So from oldest to newest, or from 1 to 6, we have appetite, taste, thirst, touch, sound, and light. So appetite is the oldest of these digestion profiles. And if you have either consecutive or alternating, but if appetite is your profile, you do well with simple, whole, as close to the source as you can food. In addition to that, it is best for you to eat individual foods, and it's best for you to eat what you enjoy until you are complete with that food. So as an example, I am a alternating appetite digestion, and I go through phases where I can eat avocados every day, and I'm happy with an avocado. And then all of a sudden I get to this point where might be TMI, but I kind of get a little gag reflex. And that's when I know that my body is done with whatever that food is. So avocado or sweet potatoes do it to me too. But essentially it is that like, yeah, no, we good. We're done here. And then I move on and I don't even question it and I just move on to another type of food. Or another example is I've got some peppers in my fridge and I have 100% forgotten about them. I was buying them every single day for probably a year, or every single week for probably a year. And I've got about 3 that are sitting in there that I just stopped caring about them. So something like that is very much in that appetite profile. Now, if you have a left-facing digestion arrow, you have a consecutive appetite, which means you have an active brain, but it is still in that appetite profile. And so for you, it's actually best to eat larger meals to satisfaction, to full. So you want to have complete whole meals scheduled in your day, and you might be totally happy to eat the same thing all the time. Now, if you are a right-facing digestion arrow, you have an alternating appetite. And for you, it's a little bit more of a grazing activity when it comes to food. So you're much more passive in how you are intaking food and your environment. So instead of eating 3 square meals plus 2 snacks, you're going to graze and snack and take in simple things throughout the day. So instead of having a plate that has rice and vegetables and some protein on it, you're going to have things throughout the day. So I might have, for example, like a salad at 4 o'clock, and then I'll have some carbs later on in the evening. So it's not necessarily sitting down and having a full meal. It's about eating as you move through your day. Now, the second digestion profile is taste. Still very old in digestion anatomy. And for you, it's best to eat seasonally. So again, whether it's right or left facing, it is best for those with a taste digestion profile to eat seasonally. Change your habits seasonally. Change your food profiles seasonally. Eat what is local and in season. Now, if you have an open taste, even though you know what you like to eat, if someone offers you to try something, an open taste is that openness to experience something new. So clear that slate, clear that perception, and allow yourself to engage with the world. So that is if you have a left-facing digestion arrow and your digestion profile is taste, or if your digestion just says open taste. Then it is wise to give it a try, give it a shot. However, if you have a closed taste, which is if you have a right-facing digestion arrow and your profile is taste, you know what you like. You already know that you're either going to want to eat something or you're not going to want to eat something based on how you take in that food. Your instincts are naturally going to tell you if that food is of something that you want to taste or if it's of something that you don't want to taste. So trust that intuition. Now, the third digestion profile is thirst. And what's really interesting about this digestion profile is whether you are right-facing or left-facing, whether you have hot thirst, which is left-facing, or cold thirst, which is right-facing in that digestion arrow, it's actually that your body and your nervous system runs in the opposite. So if you are a left-facing digestion arrow that has hot thirst, that hot thirst is actually there because your body naturally might run a little cold. So if you look at your digestion profile and you see hot thirst on it and you're like, but I'm always cold. Yes, that is correct. And so for you, basically, you just want to eat things that are room temperature or warmer. If you love smoothies, just allow them to warm up. My mom actually will make her smoothies with like a little warm water instead of cold water, or use room temperature fruit instead of frozen fruit. You can also add warming spices to your foods, or notice that if you are in a tropical warm climate or if you're in a warm environment, you might be more comfortable eating something that is cold, but you might not want to eat something that is cold in the wintertime or in a colder environment or with the AC blowing on you. And now if you are cold thirst, it's that thirst profile with your digestion arrow pointing to the right, your body naturally runs warm. And so for you, having those colder foods will help to cool down your temperament, cool down your body. So eating cold pizza might be your thing. It could be anyone's thing. Just saying, for you, it might specifically be your thing. Or cold leftovers. You might also be that person who can have a ice cream or a smoothie in the middle of the winter when it's snowing. I don't understand you people, but I respect you and appreciate you, and you do what works best for your nutrition profile. And then when it comes to spicy or hot foods, what might be best for you is just to have some cold salad or some cold cucumbers or some pickles and utilize that as you are having those other non-cooling foods. Have those to balance out the profile. I'm going to stop this particular video right here, and I will film the second 3 digestion profiles coming up next. So don't worry, they are scheduled right up next. I'm not even going to break or test out which one I want to film next. I will promise you to film that one next. So if you are watching along and I didn't cover yours, don't worry, it's coming, it's coming. And again, this is all information so that you can trust what you already know to be true for yourself. And if you want even more information, more individualized information, I do offer human design readings as well as human design lifestyle coaching. So we life coach you on whatever it is that you've got going on, but we use human design as a foundation for how I am coaching you. I also offer regular life coaching as well, but I do find that the human design coaching just cuts through a bunch of stuff and a bunch of conditioning that otherwise would take us a lot longer to get through. So information for that is in the description box below. And if you enjoy this content, please give it a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I will see you in the next video, which is coming up real quick. Don't worry, it's here for you, and we will cover the rest of the digestion profiles.